finally handed me what was already mine. And I'm up from the bottom, out from the center. I start out barely moving and gradually bring it on up from there. Here come out of the ground, just like a springtime bear. Well, I know this physicist says that matter doesn't exist. Protons and neutrons only have tendencies toward certain forms, and they're up from the bottom, out from the center.
All right, this is something that we had to write, like a little poem, I guess, about things that we learned last week was the title of the assignment, and I guess I'll just read mine to you. Things I learned in Wyoming. The Tetons were named by French trappers. You must draw what you see, not what you think you see. The Tetons in Wyoming are really cold. I can push myself hard and be in pain and still have friends and God to lean on. If I try, I can actually draw. God meant for us to be happy and thoroughly enjoy what we are doing. There are no limits to my comfort zone. Elk shed their antlers every year. Wyoming isn't as boring as I thought it was. In fact, it's not boring at all.
Return to the wild, you and me, child. Hearts beating, you and me, child. Oh, where did you come from, and who are you? I don't wanna miss one moment of this. Since the wild ride, it's not like before. So long I was some, and now I am more. How does carve the wise man from the stone fool?
This was in response to after a morning hike to Coyote Rock. We were surrounded by mountains shaded in blue. The peaks were illumined by the morning sun. Rays bled through the gray sky, creating a golden halo above them. Trees grew on the south side. Aspens rose next to burned ones, replenishing old beauty with new. Aspens are gorgeous, slender trees with white bark. They grow in communities and are all connected by a system of roots. They thrive in sunny areas and serve as nursing trees by providing shade, allowing other seedlings to sprout and grow. Dots of brown, later identified as elk, were scattered in the valley below. Tracks of wolves intertwined with our own. The chirping of birds elevated our thoughts and led us to look above and out of ourselves.
You in the moonlight, what I wanna see you. In the moonlight, you see in ages, not like in its youth or in the moonlight.
I just compiled a list of things that the Teton trip was awesome about, that we totally loved. The incredible sunrises and sunsets, the majestic mountains, the beautiful night skies, the thick snow that seems even colder than usual when face planted in, the startling wildlife, and the view from above Coyote Rock that we just heard from Jody. And also, one day during our writing sessions, we did a creative prose with prompts, and this was my result. An artist doesn't draw like a cowboy. A caribou doesn't bellow like a ship. An athlete doesn't compete like a coyote. And an eagle doesn't fly like a dreamer. And then another day we watched a movie on the founder of the Teton Science School. His name was Marty Murray. And these are some quotes that I got out of that. What happens to the earth happens to the children of the earth. Man is not the only important thing on the planet, and you're only half a person if you don't care about something.
Thundering down, spring runoff pouring from the mountain. Desert is dry, nothing comes forth from the sky. But this love rain washing over me. It's just like water, watering the world. In desperate straits, choking on fate and on our choices. This won't last long when the water's all gone, phoenix to ashes. Your love reigns, precious and rare.
All right, so we learned about different types of drawing, and one of them that I was going to show you, but it's on Cedric's slide, is a value drawing, and that's pretty much shading and adding lots of little lines and showing you how to draw. We also learned pointillism, as well as which was kind of just drawing with dots, and also blind contour, which is where you don't look at the paper and you look at the object that you'll be drawing, and pretty much what you do is you draw it, and it looks pretty crazy, but it's a lot of fun. And also, there's one more, which was gesture drawing, which is pretty much where you make vague shapes for people. Real quick, it's a real quick sketch that we did with many different models. And also, we went to an elk refuge in a museum one of the days, and we started drawing, and there's just lots of cool pictures that were there. Cedric has some on his slide, but I'll read to you one of the journal entries I had. Today we went to the elk refuge. There are about 1,500 elk. There are also bison, 2 mountain lions, and many, many coyote. We also saw a lot of cool paintings, and their hot chocolate is splendiferous. This morning we also saw a moose. The elk with the largest antlers was named Bambi, and they were huge. I mean, really big. And something I learned is if calves are born on a cold day and they're really wet and they don't get licked dry by their mothers fast enough, their ears will freeze off. And they'll live, but their ears will freeze off. And it's terrible.
What do the angels say when they talk together with the dignity of whispering pines? Where would the old man be without his friend the weather? stones of my skin, the rock of my bones, earth of my body, hey, hey, body of my home.
Okay, this would have been the picture which Dana was talking about. I drew a couple of mountains in the back from the museum and a hawk on the left, and on the right you should be able to see 2 elk, which were drawn with gesture drawing. Okay, and another thing we had to do was to pick any object from the Tetons and then write a poem about it. And as you might have seen already on the picture, is that every morning you have like a bright, really red sky, which is like amazing. And so I chose to write a poem about the sky. The sky, red like love, as big as eternity, letting light through to illumine our paths, showing stars at night to let our dreams wander, always present, but never the same, looking upon us like a wolf on its pups, caring, leading, without judgment, supporting and never limiting, warming but never burning, showing us ways to follow, but never telling us which one to choose. So that was my poem.
I start things when I start them, and I end them when they're done. I chew on the thoughts I bite off early, and I watch them go down with the sun. And I would like to if I like you. If I don't, I'll stay out of your way, and I will live my life from the back of the day. I'll stay away from the bumper and push, sneak off after dark. I'll watch the moon and the tumbling clouds and take you out of my pocket. And if you answer this one question, I will love you always. Why do I live my life from the back of the day? Why do I live my life?
Okay, I want you to imagine yourself falling, and instead of hitting the hard ground, you fall into a huge bank of powder, just falling down and in the snow, and it's amazing. Just imagine that. It was really fun. Andres was pushed down and fell down probably at least 20 times each day, so he would know.
That was a lot of fun.
So my group, we were split into two different groups, and this one day we had research day. And my group, after doing much snow falling, jumping, we were wondering about density of snow and if it affects where the animals walk. So we took measurements of the different levels of snow. We got the density and got the average density. Our result was that there is no difference. The animals don't pick and choose where they walk just because of the snow density. Up there is a picture from my journal of one of our first location. My group was following moose tracks, and so up there you can see there's a drawing of different levels and the tracks and a sketch of where we were and our analysis and temperature and such. So yeah, that was really fun.
If everybody in the world knew just how powerful they were, I said, well, if all the people in the world knew just how beautiful they were, I said, well, if everybody in the world knew just how they were, I said, well, this would be one world. Oh, there'd be less of what we don't want, more of what we do. I said, well, less of what we don't want, more of what we do. I said, well. hugging and more kissing and more do what you do. I said, well, this would be one world if every little heart connected to the great heart.
All right, so one night we went out and had a night hike, and we didn't need flashlights at all since it was a clear sky and the moon was very bright. And I got kind of inspired, and I just write this. And it goes, the white, milky snow is shaped completely to the shape of my back. Half of my body is covered in snow in the sitting position. You might think that I must be cold or crazy for being in the 0 degrees Fahrenheit weather and be covered in snow. The truth is that it was magical. With the cloudless night and the billions of stars that we could see, it made you feel insignificant in this world. I am 1 out of 6 billion in this world, and who knows what else is there outside of this galaxy. The sky, completely clear, for the exception of clouds around it, making the shape of an eye, telling you, hey, look over here. There's much more things going on in this universe besides you and your life. Why were we placed in this world? Do we have to prove something to the world, the universe, or something to ourselves? Challenge yourselves and rise to the next level, all just to get the most out of our lives.
Every day the sun tries to catch the moon, and every day the sun says, this will be the day. Forgive and remember, not a day goes by that I don't forgive and remember you. Life tells me why. Every day the moon says, this time I will wait for you, and every day the sun goes down all alone.
Okay, so I'm talking about Coyote Rock, which is this mountain that we climbed. Every day we would have our kind of things, outdoor things in the afternoon. But on our last day, they told us we were going to wake up early. And, oh, that's it. Yeah, right there. Oh, just kidding. It's not that. Oh, okay. Anyways, so they woke us up early, and they were like, we're going to go on a hike. And we were like, okay, that's cool. It was negative 42 degrees Fahrenheit with wind chill. And I really don't know how we survived. It was amazing. And this is what I wrote in my journal after the hike. What a workout, man. It truly amazes me that together as a whole, with varied body types and completely unique personalities, we were able to accomplish a common goal. We all encountered individual challenges and fought through them in our own personal ways, but in the end, we overcame all of the suggestions and we succeeded together. This was a personal battle, for sure, but to observe my fellow peers, who I've only truly connected with for a little under a week, was absolutely inspiring. Although my efforts to get to the top of the mountain were pretty strong, when I took a second to breathe in my surroundings, the view was surreal. I think the feeling at the top of that hill was the best moment of the entire trip.
And this is a poem I wrote on the way up to Coyote Rock. Or I thought of it, and then I wrote it down later. Okay. Our steps are as the rushing river, so flowing and music-like. Though we should be consumed by shivers, nothing can impede our progress on this hike.
Skies above, trees in new blossom, you at the wheel of a spanking new Nash, ribbon of road white try to be calm. Just nudge the throttle, it's whoosh, and you're gone. But love has a way of finding the right road, turning the wheel, shining the chrome. Just keep on going, don't ask directions. Let your heart choose as you find your way home. As you find your way home.
I, on the other hand, really enjoyed our tropical vacation. Those little heat packets that you rub together and can put in your boots, your gloves, saved my life. It was great. One of my favorite quotes is from Ray Jardine. He's the author of Beyond Backpacking. I'd love to share it with you. We go to the wilderness to discover more about ourselves, about who we really are. The influences of modern society keep many of us from being our real selves. In reacting continually to pressure, we tend to take on personalities not our own. But when we step into the wilderness, we free ourselves from modern society. We free ourselves from those influences and begin to discover more about who we really are. I can say without a doubt that the Teton trip changed my life. I learned more about myself and how without the distractions of our regular schedule of all the modern day influences that we're confronted with, and I really noticed the little blessings that are in each day and how I could cherish them individually. I witnessed the true identity of my classmates that I had previously overlooked during the school year, and I finally realized how much I enjoy sharing the outdoors with others. For those of you standing on the ridge of uncertainty about going on this trip, it is an opportunity you will regret if you let it pass by.
Okay, one of the days we had a writing prompt and we were supposed to write a psalm, like in the Bible, and my psalm that I wrote is called Psalm of Praise. Praise be to the Lord, thou most wonderful Father. Manifold blessings have I received. You would never leave my side. Do you leave anyone else's side to always be by mine? No. My comforter and my guardian will never leave me. When I fall, thou catchest me. Strength, grace, and expression have I been given. You lead me along the path of peace and beauty. Thou art my lamp of love and guidance. Thou art my father, mother, bear, and I am your cub. You protect me and lead me to righteousness.
Street, across the water and down through the town, past the shadows that fall down whenever we meet. Pretty soon now I won't come around. I'm almost drowning in her sea. She's nearly crawling to her knees. Take the way home that leads back to Sullivan Street, where all the bodies hang on the air. If she remembers, she hides it whenever we I don't really care. that leads back to Sullivan Street. I'm just another rider